This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Oh, attack and dominate. We are contractually obligated to attack and dominate, Bob. How are you this morning, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You got bothered that I asked if you were volunteering for something else.
Yeah, because it was a question if you put any insight or thought into, you probably wouldn't have asked the question.
Okay.
Like my kids, instead of actually looking for anything first, they just asked me where it is.
No, I simply asked if you were helping to coach tonight in a game.
Yeah, at a place where I don't have any kids playing right now.
Fair.
I already helped my other two kids coach.
Okay.
And then I also go to Ohio State's practices twice a week, 2 of the 3 practices. So, you asking me that question, you know those schedules. I kind of talked to you about it. By the way, I also do XM 3 to 4 days a week as well. And so unless I have the ability, this is a multiplicity situation, where I can have multiple versions of me.
Sure.
One of them's eating ants.
Could be.
Then,
Doctor Strange?
The multiverse of madness.
See, but I think you should have been taken as a compliment.
It's not a compliment because it's an answer that could have been easily provided.
Because I think you can, in my mind, I'm like, Bobby can do it. Hey, look, I'm telling you, I understand the whole concept.
Johnny Moxon's just one man.
It doesn't make sense. I'm just saying that you seemed very put off by the fact I suggested it.
Because it was a ludicrous statement. I'm like, Don't
say ludicrous 3 times.
It's a Beetlejuice situation.
Yes, he'll show up. He'll be in the studio at that point.
We're looking for a third wheel, so.
Bobby, good morning.
He might be able to produce. Could you coach him up too, Bobby?
Yeah. Bob, I can coach anybody.
That's good.
Hey, he might have a C on his jersey there pretty soon over there. Bodie Wells, what he does. Good morning, Bobby.
It's a great morning, Jeffrey.
It's a really good morning. Yes, it is. Bodie, good morning, my friend.
Morning, fellas.
Big show lined up for you today. By the way, Morning Juice is sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin, Event Risk Elite Protection. We've got Jerry DePizzo on today.
We do. The sax player for OAR, Worthington native, all the guys from OAR, they are, I think almost all of them are Buckeye grads. Lampley dotted the I before their trumpet player. And so,
he dotted the I? Oh, when he was in the band, I'm saying. Yes. Okay, gotcha.
Like he was one of the people that dotted the I official, as
as
part of the band. But they've got a great little deal. They've got this weekend coming up here that we get a chance to promo a little partnership they've got going with the Blue Jackets. Talk a little Ohio State football with Jerry. He's been on a couple times, so excited to have him back on.
Austin Ward joined. So he'll be on at 7. Jerry will be on at 7 o'clock. At 7:20, Austin Ward will join us. A couple things last night, Bob, that happened. The Guards fell to the Tigers yesterday 2-1. By the way, I will tell you, I experienced something yesterday that I never have before, but I had a lot of fun.
Feels like the first time?
It feels like the first time.
Feels like the very first
This
time.
has nothing to do with your highness. I watched the end of that Guardians game, or a good chunk of it, with Tim May. And
Okay.
it was fun just because, Tim is Tim. Tim May, and so just watch the game with him. And, Tim May is kind of a he will tell you exactly what he's thinking, and it was fun in his southern drawl. We talked other stuff too, but yeah, I watched it. The Guardians, though, Bob, Tarek Skubal for the Tigers struck out 14 and 7 2/3 innings, had a great game. Against him, the Guardians had one hit that went out of the infield, like one base hit. They had 3 hits against him, 2 were infield hits, 1 went out of the infield. In the bottom of the 9th, Guards down 2-1. Jose Ramirez gets it's a single, but an error by the second baseman, a throwing error he was playing for the Yankees. I can't remember his name. Anyway,
Jeter.
It wasn't Jeter, but good call though. Willie Randolph.
Robinson Cano.
Robinson Cano. That's who it was.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was, but anyway.
Babe Ruth.
Yes. Ended up
Lou Gehrig
with a 2-base error that puts Ramirez on third. Tying run, nobody out, 9th inning. They got to at least tie the game.
You would think.
You would have thought, yeah.
There's a strikeout. Next batter up hits one to the pitcher. Ramirez takes off from third on contact, gets caught in kind of a mini run down, and gets thrown out right away. And the Guards end up losing 2-1. They play 1 o'clock today in Cleveland. Cleveland needs to win to stay alive. I'm not optimistic. Even less optimistic. Bob, I watched one inning. Actually, I watched half an inning almost, I guess, of Reds-Dodgers.
Locked in.
Dodgers won 10-5.
That is a high-scoring playoff game.
With Hunter Green pitching for the Reds?
Yeah.
Okay. The game was over when Shohei Ohtani led off the bottom of the first with a home run. At that moment, I said, this game is over. I turned it off. Because there was, that's like one of those.
It's a bad omen.
It's one of those moments.
The Red Sox-Yankees game ended,
Yeah.
and it basically went straight to the Dodgers-Reds to Ohtani
Yeah.
batting. You
Right.
missed the top half of the first because the Red Sox-Yankees game went a little late.
Gone.
It was just a rocket out to right, and you're like, ooh, this.
The fact that game started at 9 o'clock, I was like, I would love you,
Yeah.
Reds, but
They play again tonight at 9 o'clock.
yeah, of course. They're
But
playing
it's
the
over.
Dodgers.
It's over. It's over.
They've
It's
lost
over.
one?
Yes, it's over.
Why is that?
Jeez,
Be-
Tito.
the Reds are not going to win 2 straight in L.A. the same way the Tribe.
When Herb Brooks looked at his team and said, we can beat these guys.
No, it's not going to happen.
I
No.
think Tito will look back at him and be like,
I don't know about that.
Oh, no, okay.
But Bob, it's just, if you want to tell me baseball's rigged, I will point to this moment. Because that was like Cal Ripken all-star home run epic. The fact that Ohtani hits that home run to lead off the bottom of the first for the Dodgers. And so game 2 will be tonight. We'll see. They're both best-of-3 series. I'm just not optimistic. Hunter Green got rocked. Reds lose 10-5. I don't know.
Don't
what
let
else.
him win tonight, though, Tito.
Don't let him win tonight. You're right. That's fine. Don't let him. That will anger me because
do.
Like, 'cause then you got to watch one more game.
yes, because then it cuts into my sleep, and I don't think
Could have turned that one off pretty early last night. So
after the bottom of the first pitch of the bottom of the first bat of the bottom of the first, I could turn it off at that point. Yes, I could, and I did, and I was not surprised at all to see the final score when I rolled over this morning at 4 a.m. Had a weird dream and it woke me up. Do you have weird dreams that wake you up in a cold sweat ever?
not usually. When I say not usually, really not ever. So
Bodie?
I don't think so. Every now and then I'll get a dream where, like, I'm late doing an update.
Right.
Or I forget to have a script ready or something.
Yeah.
That's about a once every 6 months. It
Okay.
doesn't feel great.
No, but I woke up and I
I
couldn't
don't
fall
know
back
about
asleep.
weird.
Then I couldn't. I woke up and I was like,
I don't even sleep, Tito. I
"That was
just
a good
dream.
point by you." The cat sleeps. You're done with that now, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're done with the cat sitting.
We
down.
had a flight delay yesterday.
Oh no!
But thank God they're still back home.
Thank
so.
God they're still back home. All right, Bobby, let's make some people smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
I wanted you and Schlegels on opposite sidelines. I'm just saying that's what I want.
That's why. Is that why you asked that? Like
Yeah,
hoping that I would say yes, and then that would be the answer.
that would be you
have?
guys on opposite sidelines. Schlegels and Carp. Let's do it.
Ridiculous.
Awesome.
It is Wednesday, October 1st, 274th day of the year, 91 days remaining. We will be to 89, Bodie, by Friday. This date, 1890, Yosemite National Park is established by Congress. The following year, in 91, Stanford University opens its doors. Some work down in California there.
Wow.
You're going to boo them, man. They get beat up enough by those. They're one of the worst teams.
Bob,
in
they've beat us enough.
Yeah, but
They've
it's been
ruined
a
some
minute.
good seasons.
Well, I guess they did beat you. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago. Yeah.
3 years ago.
I was there. Ugly
That's-
loss, Bob.
Oh.
Yeah.
2015.
So wait, you were
Last
there when
second
they
field
lost
goal.
to A&M? There when they lost to Stanford in that game?
Yeah. I
Okay,
was at the
we just-
Louisville loss 2 years ago.
Yeah,
We
just-
had a stretch, though, there where I was at the Stanford loss in 22, Louisville loss in 23, but then 4 straight wins, including the playoff win against IU last year. So
Patrick and Steve Kerr are telling you don't go to any more damn games.
I was looking at Southern Cal
Oh,
tickets
here
yesterday.
we go. Come on, man. Come on.
That performance in Arkansas
Okay.
last
All right.
weekend.
Fair enough.
It
Whatever.
roped me back in.
I
There you
got
go.
At least
The hook
defense
brings
is
you
good.
back. This day, 1903, the Boston Americans played the Pittsburgh Pirates in the first modern World Series.
That went 8 games. It was a 5-3 series in that one.
What if it had been 4-4? Was it best of 9?
It was a best of 9. That's what it was. First World Series, a best of 9.
There we go. This date, 1908, the Model Ts are opened up for business and officially for sale from Henry Ford for $825. 1940, the Pennsylvania Turnpike opens. It was coined the first super highway in the United States. 1957, In God We Trust first appears on our paper currency in the United States. 1969, the Concorde, which now went out of business, although I think they're bringing it back, first broke the sound barrier in a commercial flight. And then in 1971, Walt Disney World opens in Florida.
Walt Disney World is a tribute to the philosophy and the life of Walter Elias Disney, and to the talents, the dedication, and the loyalty of the entire Disney organization that made Walt Disney's dream come true. May Walt Disney World bring joy and inspiration and new knowledge to all who come to this happy place. A magic kingdom where the young at heart of all ages can laugh and play and learn together.
That was Walt's brother, Roy. Walt had just passed away, I think,
Yeah.
a few years before that.
And Roy was still alive.
Yeah,
Old
still
Roy
hanging
did.
on.
I mean, do you think they should have went with Roy Disney World? Or Walt?
Yeah.
I mean, who got
Walt
the...
and Roy's.
That's a good point, Bob. I never thought about that. But look, looking back, you can hate on Disney, hate on the pricing. I get all that. It's expensive to take care of Disney. Nonetheless,
The happiest place on earth.
can we agree that
Yeah. Not for the parents.
Walt Disney was a genius?
He was.
Oh, yeah.
You
Is
know
there
what I mean?
anybody that would disagree?
I don't know, but I'm saying like everyone wants to complain
Exactly.
about Disney.
He
No, I'm
grabs,
asking
like,
you.
the
No.
most-
I think Disney gets, I'll say, pooped on.
Who do you think's worse, Pol Pot or
Oh,
Hitler?
no, but
I mean, like, this is like the
Bob,
stuff.
I
Not
can't
our
do that
speed,
today.
Bob.
How about
The
Stalin?
Morning Juice will have that kind of a poll. Not us. Not on my watch. On 97.1 The Fan or on Timmy's watch. I'm just saying, Bobby, I think that over years, because of the fact the reputation Disney has now, as far as like you've got to take out a second mortgage to take your kids there, I feel like
Well, it is very expensive. That's
it's
factually
extremely
accurate.
expensive, and
But they major in the customer experience.
they do a great job of that. I'm saying I don't know if the genius of Walt Disney gets lost because of that.
I just saw Disney Plus is going up, too, in pricing.
Shocker.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But don't blame Walt.
What is it now, by the way?
Oh, I don't even know what it
I
is.
think
You
it
got
was
like a Disney package.
$12.99.
Well, yeah, and then they got like the $29.99
Well, yeah,
package if you want it
ESPN and
all the
Hulu,
time.
yeah.
Where if you want to watch volleyball, from
Imagine if we
UCLA
could just
Stanford.
package all these things together
God, and put it like on
like a cable.
Yes.
This is what everybody wanted.
Yeah. Is it?
That's
Is
what
it?
they think they thought they wanted. Is
That's
the
what they
problem.
were told they wanted.
Yes. He's done a great job. I mean, the way that he designed everything
The
was
thought
always,
process with the whole thing.
well, and just how everything promotes each other internally, which is what's really impressive. But they do major in customer experience over there, and it's really, really good.
No, never mind. I was going to say something inappropriate. Go ahead.
Sure.
No, I'm not
The same day, the album "Imagine" by John Lennon, rather, is certified gold.
Imagine all the people living.
Top 5 for you on their solo careers.
Yes, top 5 for Lennon. Yes.
Okay.
I would put it there. Watching the Wheels, another one. Jealous Guy is a good one. Woman's a good one. But yeah, I'd probably say it's top 5.
R.I.P. 7.
With the Queen.
Tea with the Queen.
Yes, he is.
This date, 1975, one of the most famous boxing matches of all time. Hard to believe it's been 50 years. The Thrilla in Manila, and down goes Frazier.
October 1st, 1975, the world bore witness to the culmination of bitter rivalry as Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier squared off for the third and final time. In one corner stood Ali, the undisputed champion, and in the other corner, Frazier, a legend fueled by a burning desire to settle the score once and for all. In the 120-degree heat, the two fighters traded blow after blow. Ali danced and jabbed, determined to nail Frazier into the canvas, while Frazier pressed forward with unrelenting ferocity, hell-bent on caving in Ali's face. The intensity of their rivalry exploded. Each punch landed with the force of a thunderbolt. each punch taken a testament to their unyielding resolve. They endured each other's hatred for 14 rounds. Ali wanted to cut his gloves off, but Frazier was one step early. Frazier's corner made the agonizing decision to end the fight, giving Ali relief and victory.
I believe the down goes Frazier.
That was the first
That was
one.
Foreman.
It was Foreman.
It was Foreman, yeah. Foreman knocks him down like 6 times or 5 times
That's
in the
right.
fight. Yeah. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Should have known that. That's terrible.
But no,
that's bad out of me.
That fight though, the Frazier Ali fights, they took years off each other's lives.
Oh yeah, they took a
with
lot
how
of
they
shots.
beat the hell out of each other.
Took a lot of shots in there. The Thrilla in Manila. That was his last. Was that Ali's last? No, he fought Foreman again.
No, he didn't fight Foreman again. I think he fought Norton after that in a controversial decision. But then, like, he had the loss to Spinks, the win against Spinks to win the title back again.
The third time.
And then lost to, like, Holmes and then lost to, like, Trevor Berbick. And if you go back and look at, like, some of the press conference, like the pre-fight stuff, before the Holmes fight and certainly for the Berbick fight, if you watch it now, you're like, oh, God. He was suffering then.
Yeah. Oh, he was such a smooth speaker early in his career.
Right.
So to see that go, that's tough.
Yep.
This date in 1982, Epcot is opened 11 years after Disney. You know what Epcot stands for?
European People of Continental Transylvania. I don't know, Bob. I don't. that's off the top of my
Experimental
head.
prototype of Community of Tomorrow.
All right, that's close.
There you go.
Neighborhood.
Epcot is considered the permanent World's Fair dedicated to the celebration of human achievement. Got their giant sphere hanging out over there
They do.
in the middle. My parents thought it was great. We went to Epcot when we were younger. We went to Disney, and just I think now of all the parks, it's kind of the one that's a little bit. It's probably the one that's the least enjoyed by most people, I think. It's crazy. It's twice the size of Magic Kingdom. It's
Is it
305
really?
acres. Yeah, it's huge.
Did you go once or twice or multiple times to Disney as a kid?
We only went one time.
yeah,
You kidding me? My younger two brothers didn't even go.
Oh, that's
yeah.
therapy.
My dad got inducted in the Tangerine or Citrus Bowl, and we went.
Did
we
he really?
That. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hall
good.
of
To
Fame.
know. That's cool.
Yeah, so we did that when he went, and that was the only time we ever
Right.
went. And my younger two brothers weren't born yet, so maybe my third one was, but he stayed back.
Tough break, kids.
Yeah, that's just
Suck
how
up,
it goes. All my kids have been. I took my 3 oldest, and then Caleb went with my wife
Go to
this
Kings
last year.
Island.
So that's just as good.
Yeah.
Then this date, 1983, Bonnie Tyler tops the charts with Total Eclipse of the Heart as the first Welsh chart topper. Yeah, Dan Band's version is probably a little better, Bodie.
Oh, dude, that's a banger.
The Dan Band's version, do you know who that is?
I do not.
That's the group that sang it in Old School.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Never
it's
seen
old
the
school.
movie,
Yeah,
but-
that's the guy.
Oh, my
Dave.
gosh.
You never seen Old School?
Tito, that movie. When did that
Hey,
movie come out?
Bob, let's do it. Come on.
He would
give
have
him
been
the
he would have been about 5 years
It
old.
doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I was 5 when Rocky came out.
And I've seen it, and I wasn't even born. So
That's my point.
Yeah, 2003.
If you're going to besmirch me for not seeing Rocky when I was 5, you got to do the same with him about Old School.
that's one movie. There's a whole laundry list that you have there, sir.
Godfather, I was 1, I think, when it came out. Didn't see that yet. Oh, you got to watch Old School.
Some birthdays today. Passed away a year ago. Lived to 100. Jimmy Carter, Bodie. What number president was he?
That would be just like Brandon Carr, Bob.
There
Number
you go.
39.
I like it. Both guys making big plays for you.
In the wake of countless federal scandals, Carter saw an opening on the national stage. On December 12, 1974, he announced his candidacy for president.
I can't promise that I will always be right, but I can promise you that I will never be satisfied with less than the best.
Carter began as a relative unknown in a crowded race.
There was a major headline on the editorial page of the Atlanta Constitution that said Jimmy Carter is running for what?
But with his rigorous campaign schedule and down-to-earth persona, Carter handily won the Democratic nomination.
My name is Jimmy Carter and I'm running for president.
On November 2nd, 1976, Carter and running mate Walter F. Mondale defeated presidential incumbent Gerald Ford in the race for president.
There we go. The only president not to be, or the only president who never ran to be elected.
That's got to be Ford.
I think it was it Lyndon B. Johnson?
That was Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ford took over. He was the Speaker of the House and took over for Nixon's VP.
Yeah, it was like the
Was it
ninth.
Agnew?
It was
Agnew.
he was like the ninth
He
one.
resigned,
in the line,
and then later Ford resigned, or later Nixon resigned. So Ford 2 hops up, ultimately becoming president that way.
He was the Cardale Jones of the presidency.
He really was. Injury by hook or by crook.
Yeah, right, exactly. He didn't go there to play president.
Born the same day as Jimmy Carter, passed away in 2005, the 16th Chief Supreme Court Justice, William Rehnquist. Julie Andrews, turning 90 today.
The Sound of Music, I take it, Julie Andrews.
Those are alive.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I just know that's what she's known for.
Drop of gold
This
in the
guy's
sun.
amazing.
I've seen clips of it, though.
Me, a name
I remember watching a
I
Disney
call
video of like
myself.
songs from movies, and that was
A
one that
long,
popped
long
up.
way to run.
You got that one, you got
So, a needle pulling
The
thread.
How have you never seen The Sound of Music?
Why would I see that?
It's on like every year around.
I watched it in school.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't it like more than 3 hours long?
I don't know.
remember that.
Okay, it's a long movie. If it's on TV,
10 Commandments is long, and I watch that every Easter.
I watched the first 3, and then I cut out after that.
2:52, 2 hours,
Okay,
52
damn near
minutes.
3 minutes or 3 hours. Look, it plays around the holidays every year. I get it. 3
That's
hours.
my point. Is it's always on around the holidays. I don't know which
3
one.
hours long. Pop me in a little bit Christmas Story instead, which I can
Christmas
follow
Story
along.
is the worst Christmas movie.
Christmas
of all.
Story is absolutely terrible.
It's way overrated.
Totally agree.
Of
I'm
all
not-
the Christmas movies, that's probably the most
We
overrated.
got a poll question brewing right now.
That's fine.
I would like to watch Elf.
Elf is good,
You've never seen Elf?
No, I've never seen Elf.
but
Elf
you've
is
watched.
really
but
good,
you'd rather
yeah.
watch Christmas Story again.
A Christmas Story and Home Alone. Those are my go-tos. in the
Never loved
holidays.
Home Alone either.
You
honestly.
didn't?
Yeah.
Home
I know
Alone's
it's-
good.
it's fine.
It's good. There's better ones out there.
Look, if there is, if cell phones exist, Home Alone doesn't happen.
Well, that's the point. It's a period piece.
I understand what I'm saying, but that's part hard for me to watch.
Are you
Something
aware
like that.
elves aren't real, Tito?
Yeah.
Has
Is Will
that been
Ferrell.
proven?
Hard as a diamond in an ice
I don't know,
storm
I'm just saying. I don't know if it's been
up there in the North Pole.
Oh goodness! Turning 80 today, the 8-time All-Star. I guess he converted to
Is it Rod Carew? No, it's not Rod
Judaism.
Carew.
Yeah,
Is it? He's an only 8-time All-Star?
18.
Oh, 18. I thought you said 8. Okay, yes.
18-time
yes.
All-Star.
Yes.
O.J. Simpson, not a Jew, but guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod
Rod Carew.
Carew. He converted.
Is there sound on that, Bo, before I start talking? Okay.
there's not.
There isn't, but he
I-
turns 80 today.
I went
Hey,
out
Twitter
to
family.
Vegas for a bachelor party.
Okay.
And the guy getting married, his fiance, Rod Carew, was her godfather.
Oh, there we go.
And so Rod Carew's coming out to Vegas to have brunch with us. A group of like 10 or 12 of us. And I'm super excited. Look, Rod Carew, 1977 AL MVP at 388 with 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
Never seen a movie, but
No, I can tell you about Rod Carew, though.
The guy
Rod
was
Carew,
18-time All-Star.
Right, the
Okay?
guy was
Basically, every year he played.
he was fantastic. Second baseman, first baseman, all this kind of stuff. Played, look, one of my, like, he was like the Tony Gwynn of the 70s kind of thing. And so I am so excited about getting to have brunch and talk to Rod Carew. And the night before, I may have overserved myself. And so I missed it.
Good for you.
Tito.
Kind of sounds like the story of your life. Too.
And now I'm not friends with the guy anymore, whose bachelor party I went out to. And so,
Yeah.
like, I can't even call and say, hey, get Rod on the phone. Like, I can't, that'd be awkward now.
Because that's why Thitoff has his friends. He utilize them for favors. That might be why
Is
you're
that
not
breaking
friends
news?
with him. Listen, if I woke up with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be any more
Got to meet Rob
surprised.
Carpenter, didn't I?
Speaking of, Randy Quaid turns 75 today.
It's a crying shame the older kids couldn't make it.
I'll get that. Don't worry about it. Let me do it.
Yeah, I got the daughter in the clinic getting cured off the wild turkey. And the older boy, bless his soul, is preparing for his career.
College?
College?
No.
Carnival.
Got to be proud.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, last season he was a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. And he thinks that maybe next year he'll be guessing people's weight or barking for the yak woman. You ever see her?
No.
Yeah, she's got these big horns growing right out above her ear.
Ugly as sin.
Yeah, she's ugly as sin. But a sweet gal and a hell of a good cook.
Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead?
No, I'm doing just fine, Clark.
It's a shame we can't get back that money that we sent to the TV preacher who was screwing the hockey players. How are the kids, Eddie? Oh, his kids can fend for themselves. I'm talking about your kids.
I mean, the delivery of those lines I would love to see the outtakes on that. Terrific.
And then he went on to save the world.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
In the words of my generation, up yours.
Yeah, you talk about one of the biggest reclamation stories. He went from where he was at in a trailer park.
He still kind of lives the same lifestyle.
He really does.
He just so happened to be able to fly a fighter jet.
Yeah,
right.
That was from his time
is he in
Nam.
Canada now? Or is he? Did he move to Canada?
I don't know.
Was he one of the celebrities that said, if this happens, I'm moving to Canada or whatever?
I think I'm
Or
going to
did
be
he get
honest with
forced?
you. I think he is pretty strong towards the right.
Okay.
So I think he's happy about how the political party is.
I thought maybe he was
aligned
maybe he was
right now.
legally forced to be in Canada.
Legally
Now
forced.
that-
That is
I
fun.
can't tell you whether or not that's
think
true
that may
or
have
false. But
happened.
All right, we've got another Big Mac birthday. Mark McGuire turning 62 today.
It is a distinct possibility that this is his last at bat of 1998. Take a good long look. This is going to have to last you until next March in Florida. First and third, 2 out. Into the field! Number 70! How much more can you give us, Big Mac? Number 70!
Well,
a lot of emotion there from Buck.
Give you 10 cc's of Winstraw. That's what he can give you. Listen, Joe Buck sounded pretty excited.
He did, yeah.
That's ruining baseball.
Lead singer of Better Than Ezra. You can tell your Norm Macdonald joke.
No, I'm not going to do it now. I said it the other day. I'm not going to. I don't like the hack.
Kevin Griffin turning 57 today. Oh, good. There we go.
This is in your wheelhouse before your wheelhouse.
So I was in middle school.
Okay.
That was all like the alt indie rock era, you know, the kind of grunge phase-ish stuff. So yes, probably 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, right through there.
I would say that style is right between rock and grunge. It is like the
It's
middle
called alternative.
The middle ground. I would call it middle.
They called it alternative.
I call it
They had a
middling.
name for it.
Middling.
Still exists. Rudy Johnson, former Cincinnati Bengal, who recently passed away, born in this state, 1979. And Livy Dunn, turning 23 out there supporting Paulie Skeens.
Hi, I'm Livy Dunn, and this is how I train.
Just visualizing.
I got started with strength training because it helps so much, not only in my gymnastics career, but my everyday life as well. It empowers me and makes me feel strong and confident. I try to work out probably 3 days a week. I always start my workouts walking on the treadmill, getting warmed up. Then I try to hit abs because I feel like when you hit abs, that just transforms your body.
Oh my God.
I have a fractured kneecap, or I'm overcoming that. So my current
What's
fitness
your
goal is healing,
What's
but also
overcoming?
getting strong
Fractured
and getting
kneecap.
back to
Oh,
where
I
I
thought you
once
said
was.
hypochondria.
My proudest achievement in the gym is probably when we won a gold medal with Team USA when I was on the USA national team, or winning a national championship at LSU.
There we go.
The audio without the video on that one, unfortunately.
You got to imagine it. You got to be able to visualize Bodes. Some passings today. Tom Clancy, the famous author, passing away on this date 2013, and passing away in 2023. One of the legendary Red Sox and maybe the best modern-day knuckleballer of all time, Tim Wakefield.
I'm going to celebrate with my teammates and my wife and have some fun.
Can I celebrate with Mike Timlin right now? Go ahead, Tim.
I just want to say one thing. This guy right here, this win is for this man right here. Because he was not on the roster, and he showed so much heart by saying, I can't be on the roster, and it was good for the team. this is what kind of person is standing right here. I love this guy. I'm proud of this guy. It's the hardest thing to do, to take yourself out of the game for someone else. And he did it, and I'm proud of him.
Who was that talking?
So that was after the 07 World Series. Wakefield was left off of the roster in the World Series for the Red Sox in the World Series that year. And they were interviewing him at the beginning when he said, I'm going to go celebrate with my wife and teammates. And Mike Timlin, who was on the Red Sox there and made the postseason roster, walked over and kind of threw his arm around him. And he kind of like interrupted the interview and cut in and told that story. That was, I think, seeing their reaction to a lot of his teammates when Wakefield passed a couple years ago says all you need to know about the kind of guy he was.
Everybody loved him. Unbelievable guy. Him and his wife, we talked about this after you left yesterday, Thitoff. His wife and him both having cancer and passing away like 6 months.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, within each other. They had like a 20-year-old, 22-year-old at the time, like 2 kids in college age. Like, just crazy to see that. And Wakefield left off that roster in 07. Played a big part in the 03, though.
Yes.
04.
04 World
did,
Series, the first one that they were able to kick the door in.
And he was still a part of the team, I think, all the way through the ALCS, if I remember, as I was looking at it yesterday. Last year, just was left off the World Series roster for
he could tell you
performance.
How many days were in each month?
He's got all, Wakefield?
All his knuckles, all his knuckles. Knuckleballer.
It's probably, that's all you're seeing now, Thitoff. He's passed away for a couple of years.
I understand.
Some holidays observances. It's CD player day.
Oh.
How about that?
Right in your wheelhouse, Bob. You got CDs in your car.
I've got CDs in my Jeep. Still play them in there. Less than perfect day. Model T day. How about that?
How about less than perfect and also Model T, Toe? How about that?
It's not Model T.
Toe.
National Hair Day, National Kale Day, National Walk Your Dog Day as well, and World Ballet Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Wednesday, the first day of October, the 274th day of the year, and 91 days remaining in this 2025.
Well done as always, General. Bodie, was that a record? We're 32 minutes in.
I think it might be
a record. Coming up next, Ryan Day spoke. We'll hear probably just one cut from him next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post 9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bob, thanks for our record there on this date in history. We're really going to be shortchanging people. We're going to play one clip, and then we're going to go to a break and do the quick hitters. But here is Ryan Day talking about Minnesota's run defense yesterday.
They historically have played very, very physical against the run and continue to do that. I thought Rutgers had a really good game plan going in, but you know they're well coached and play really, really hard and have good players. You know, I respect PJ Fleck as much as anybody in the country and their coaching staff and how hard they play, and so it'll be a challenge. You don't play Minnesota and think you're just going to run the ball without a lot of hard work. And so, you know, we're working hard this week to put a good game plan together, and then we need to, you know, put that to work here on a Tuesday practice and a Wednesday practice and a Thursday practice to get ourselves prepared to go play. And that's the routine that we're looking to master right now. So team meeting at 2:30, and we'll have a buddy Tuesday and get to work on it.
So, Bob, there are certain schools in the Big Ten that I associate their identities like with what they've done in the past. And it's been a little choppier with Fickell, the way he came in at Wisconsin, as far as like he tried to open up the offense quite a bit. But Wisconsin's normally known as like, you know, in the trenches, kind of strong offensive line, strong defensive line, run the ball, play a conservative kind of offense.
Talking about having their consistent identities.
Yes, consistent identities. There you go. Okay. When you think of Minnesota, do you think of strong run defense?
Not particularly. I mean, they've kind of changed throughout. I think of like kind of a tough football team, traditional offense, defense. You know, they used to always play in the Dome up there. They haven't about 20 years. They've got their new stadium now, but you're just a team that's generally pretty decent. Good defense, efficient offense, good on special teams. You know, they've been more explosive at times when they've had some good receivers and things like that, which they've had in their history. But, you know, a team that you've got to go out and beat, they don't beat themselves. But nothing to write home about.
Like, I'm not saying Ryan Day is not right, because he obviously watches a little more film than I do and probably spends a little more time preparing for Wisconsin than I do as well. Or Minnesota, I'm sorry. But I feel like every year Minnesota, I don't know if they have an identity. I feel like it all just kind of dependent. Whereas like certain schools recruit certain guys because that's the way that Iowa says we're not recruiting offense. We're just going to do defense and whatever. But there's certain schools
I don't know about that. I think they bring an offensive lineman.
They do bring offensive line, but they never utilize it. Tight ends they do. Yes,
they never utilize their offensive line. All they do is run the ball. No, they utilize
offensive line. They don't, but they don't have great. Caleb Johnson was a good running back, but I'm saying like it does not translate into a offense that is often going to beat you. It's normally the defense going to beat you. The offense won't let you beat them, if that makes sense.
That's how they play the game. They
I understand.
Run the ball, shorten the game. That is their path to victory because they don't have explosive players on offense. Because indigenously, those people don't reside in the Iowa footprint.
And there's times Minnesota's had people that have allowed them to be more aggressive on offense, less conservative kind of thing. I think Minnesota's very up and down like a roller coaster as far as what their identity is. But outside of like say Wisconsin and Iowa, is there another school in the Big Ten that you think has an identity like that?
Not one that's probably
not as pronounced as those.
Yes. I mean, Iowa's is probably the best.
Okay.
You know, Wisconsin's has kind of changed a little bit as of late.
Right.
But those two, I would say, are probably the most consistent. I would say Illinois is developing that, but that's mostly a function of who their coach is right now and the fact that he came from Wisconsin, and now that's a similar identity to what they had. Yeah,
I think that's probably fair. And so, I wonder, I was trying to think, Bob, is there any other identities out there that and I don't know if there is, just because of how much things change now with the transfer portal, coaching staff turnovers and things like that, guys going early, all these different things make it harder to establish, I think, a consistent identity.
Absolutely. I want to tell you about our friends over at Riverside Bank of Dublin. Do you need a bank that truly values business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin, they've got the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them online at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Coming up next, our identity is identified by Bodie doing quick hitters. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
More and more these days, people who are in pain are trying to take control of their health. They want to look beyond the traditional medicine of going to just a normal doctor. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. People just like you and me are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, surgery, right here in Columbus, Ohio at QC Kinetics. You'll be treated by the highly regarded orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sports Medicine. Here's how it works. Your blood contains many tiny but mighty healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team will get to the root of where your pain stems from, right down to the cells that are involved. By putting these natural elements to work, your body, it can revitalize your joints, literally using your own body's biologics to heal you. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay, no drugs, it's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. So if it's knees, backs, hips, whatever it may be, give QC Kinetics a call for your free consultation. 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544, qckinetics.com/Columbus.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to pcf.org today.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Day one, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
Mike's off there, Bodie.
I think so, yeah.
Thank you. I was besmirched. I would not say I was insulted, but I was questioned about questions.
I'll answer the question.
Yes, that's what it is.
You want answers?
That's why, yes.
I don't.
Do you want answers, Tito?
Wait, so who am I? Am I Colonel Jessup then in this interrogation?
You don't have, listen, I don't know if I can give you that much respect.
Okay, then who am I then?
I think you kind of are, though.
Thank you.
I think you might be more like Lieutenant Weinberg.
You, Lieutenant Weinberg? That's fine. I'll take that too.
Weinberg. The disgust in his voice is amazing.
Similar to what I just experienced. Bodie, take over.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Good morning, Bodie Wells.
My existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, Tito, saves lives. Or at least maybe saves this segment.
do need you on this wall.
The last
Every
time,
Wednesday, you can't take PTO.
I literally can't take it.
I know
ever.
you can't.
The last time the New York Jets had a winning season, Barack Obama was the president. The Apple Watch was just first released.
Oh, good
and
Lord.
Earth's mightiest heroes, they were out there battling and beating Ultron in the Avengers Age of Ultron. Yeah. Unfortunately for the Jets, they appear heading for another losing season this year as they sit at 0-4 following Monday night's 27-20 loss to the Dolphins. And the frustration is, needless to say, building amongst the players to the point that star cornerback Sauce Gardner thinks he's being officiated differently because of the losing following that loss in Miami on Monday night. Gardner said of his third quarter pass interference penalty, "I watch football all the time and I just feel like, I don't know if this is wrong to say, but I think I get called for more stuff just based off of us not winning. I watch these winning programs and there'd be some egregious things happening and it don't get called. They're letting the players play." Gardner continued, "I just feel like in general, even the Mike Evans penalty from last week, I just feel like us not winning, it's what goes on. If we don't win, I feel like we don't get the calls that we should get, and we get the calls that we probably shouldn't get called for." Bobby, unfortunately for Sauce Gardner here, I don't know if that's true, but when it rains, it pours.
It does. And, if you're on a better team and you're perceived to be on a better defense, he is a Pro Bowl player, an all-pro caliber player, and so those guys usually get the benefit of the doubt on things. But when you're on a bad team, maybe those things are maybe spotlighted a little more when you're not making the plays you used to make. And maybe some of it is that, he's getting looked at a little bit more harshly. They lost another tough one the other night. I mean, they couldn't.
They did lose to another team who's been struggling as well in Miami.
Yes. They were also 0-3, I believe, coming in. Yeah. And you fumbled. Now, Sauce didn't fumble, but the Jets fumbled 3 times.
Other than
That's the reason they lost.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So while I do, they could, and I haven't watched, I've watched a decent chunk of, I've watched 2 Jets games. The other 2 I didn't watch as much. While I do think that there could be some truth to that, there's probably also a lot of other reasons as well, like fumbles.
Bob. They're 0-4 because they're 0-4. They're not a good football team right now. The guy I feel bad about though is
0-4 because they're 0-4.
That's the kind of insight you get on Morning Juice, Bob. I feel bad for. I think Justin Fields. I think he's not playing like an 0-4 quarterback.
He's done some good things. He did have a bad fumble in the game.
Bad fumble, had that nice touchdown run, though, also, which was
nice
huge.
Touchdown pass.
Yes, he did that also.
He had one called back, too, that was a touchy OPI on Garrett Wilson, and that's probably some of the stuff that Sauce is talking about.
Could very well be. It's a thing that we're like, you need to be good enough as a team to where things like that don't make the difference in the game, if that makes sense, Bob. Where, you get a bad call, it's okay, we're still going to win.
Can't let that be the deciding play.
There you go.
Ryan Day says all the time, remove all doubt. Don't leave it in someone else's hands.
But I don't like the Jets as far as the Browns obviously are the poster child for disappointing franchises. Are the Jets next?
I could think of a team that should be on that list somewhere.
No, but Dallas, at least, look, you heard the stats you rolled out there, Bodie, before you led in the story about when the last time things happened with the Jets, and it was back like iPhone.
Standard is the standard, Tito.
I understand.
They may play for winning seasons. We used to play for Super Bowls. Not anymore, but
I think that the Jets,
they're up there. Yeah.
I mean, the Saints, they had their bad moments. They also won a Super Bowl, though. The Giants have had their moments and won Super Bowls. The best Jets memories.
Giants have won 4 Super Bowls.
Yes, but I'm
2
saying
in the last 18 years.
Yeah. But like the Jets, their high mark has been what? The Sanchez years in the last 20 years?
Yeah, they made 2 FC championships.
Right, with Sanchez as your quarterback. And so they might be next on that list as far as.
There.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else could be.
And they're not on the list in terms of they're on the list of just I don't know, disappointing's the right word, just kind of bad, frankly. You almost feel for them.
Yeah.
Whereas, some of those other teams you might have mentioned, and I mentioned the Cowboys or, the Vikings, they're on a different list of maybe disappointing, probably more heartbreaking for the fan base because the amount of times they've gotten close or relatively close, and they just can't get over the hump.
Right. What do you got next?
Next up, we'll stay with the NFL here. This Sunday morning's NFL game in London just got much more interesting yesterday afternoon if the reports from CBS are true. Matt Zentz of CBS Sports has reported that the Cleveland Browns are expected to bench veteran quarterback Joe Flacco and start the rookie out of Oregon, Dylan Gabriel, moving forward, starting with this Sunday's game against the Vikes over there in London. Per CBS Sports research, Gabriel would be the first quarterback to ever make his starting debut outside of the United States of America. The Browns offense, needless to say, it has struggled this season. They have yet to score more than 17 points in a game. Out of 33 qualifying quarterbacks, Flacco ranks last in the following categories: passer rating, completion rate, and yards per attempt. His 6 interceptions are the second most picks by a quarterback in the league this season. Only the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans, have scored fewer points than the Browns this season. Tito, maybe you were going to be watching regardless, but does this make you want to flip on the game at least a little bit more Sunday morning? Probably, right?
Probably it does. Flacco's been bad, and it's interesting. The report that came out from that guy from CBS, it said, right on the unofficial depth chart, Flacco's still listed as a starter, but the belief is that it will be Gabriel come Sunday in that game against Minnesota. And I'm not expecting great things from Dylan Gabriel, but
why not?
The Browns need to have knowledge. They need to use these next 13 games. Oh, my God. 13 games as an opportunity to find out if their future starting quarterback is on the roster. We know it's not Flacco. They need to try to find out as much as they can, get as much intel on Dylan Gabriel and Shadur Sanders. I said it before, Bob. I wish they would start them every other week.
Oh, rotate them. That's a sound
I don't
plan.
know about that.
I would have Sanders.
Why not every other series?
No, Bob. No, Bob.
We can see them against the same team,
What if Gabriel plays well, though?
I'm saying for the next few weeks, I would
say. You
say
can't just sit him and be like,
okay,
sorry, son.
If Gabriel has a Jackson Dart type game, like Jackson Dart had this past week, okay?
Behind us cold.
Okay, if Gabriel does that, fine. But if Gabriel doesn't, if it's a very middling performance, then is it middling or middling? Middling or middling?
I don't know. I think it's middling.
I think it's
because it's
middling
middle.
also. Yeah.
You just drop the
it's middling.
ing.
If he has a middling performance, then I would say, Sanders, you get the first team reps this week. We're putting you out there for the next game.
You got to give him a chance, though. Like, if he struggles in his first game, you got to give him more than a game.
Next.
And you tell Dylan.
What if Sanders struggles?
Well, then you go. I'm saying that's what I'm telling you. That's your plan.
Bring somebody else in.
I don't care if you end up going 2-15, which might be better in the long run anyway. If you go 2-15 and the quarterback play sucks, you don't have your quarterback.
Yeah, but have you seen the quarterback draft class for this year? It has not exactly.
That's like the story.
Arch Manning? Oh, wait. Kate Klubnik? Hang on.
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller? That's the guy? Yeah. I think the Browns, okay, you might not agree with my proposal of switching him every other week, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree on that. But
I agree that's a terrible idea.
I don't think it's terrible. It's just we don't agree on it, Bob. But I think, though, that the worst thing the worst thing that happened to the Browns this year is to get through Week 17 and not know if they have a future starting quarterback on the roster.
I think that's true. That's a very true statement. I don't know if alternating quarterbacks every week is the way to get there, but you do want to get done, and when you wrap this season, understand whether Dylan Gabriel or Shadur Sanders can be your long-term answer at quarterback, which one of those guys could, and if they can't, then you know that as well, and you go into the draft and free agency with that in mind, so you can begin to figure out that and move forward.
Next up here, last one.
Maybe give Deshaun an extension.
Yeah, double down. You guys thought this was a bad contract before? You've seen nothing. Last one here into college football. 5 weeks into the college football season, we have yet to see a big-time Heisman frontrunner emerge, but the guy leading the Athletic straw poll for the award, that would be Oregon quarterback Dante Moore. The Athletic pulled several of their college football writers, with each of them voting just like they do in real life for the Heisman Trophy. The top player got 3 points, number 2 got 2 points, and then the third place guy on each person's ballot got 1 point. Oregon's Dante Moore, the quarterback for the Ducks, he was the leading vote getter with 41 points. Behind him, how about this list? IU's quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Diego Pavio, quarterback at Vanderbilt, was number 3. Reuben Bain Jr., the defensive lineman at Miami, was number 4. And then John Mateer, who is set to miss the next few weeks at Oklahoma, he was number 5. Bobby, you are a Heisman voter, if I'm not mistaken on that?
He is.
Dante Moore, would that be your number 1 right now? A very easy number one, right? And nobody's jumped out.
There's really not to be a prisoner of the moment with that. I mean, Carson Beck has played well-ish. John Mateer was playing the best of everyone, but unfortunately he'll be out for a little bit of time, which I don't know if that will completely derail his campaign. He'll probably need help from nobody else separating, but there hasn't been anybody that's played that has really just knocked your socks off for 4 or 5 games. I mean, Moore's been good. He's been good, but like this
You're
second
2-2, unfortunately.
Yeah, this second half of the season is going to tell you a lot.
Bob, I fear the situation with Mateer, because I thought he was a front runner after the Auburn game and he had his Heisman moment. I thought this guy's probably going to win this thing if he just keeps going on this path. And I feel like now if he misses 3 or 4 games, it's really hard because of when the Heisman voting takes place to make up for that. If they waited till after, say, the CFP and Oklahoma did a little run there and you got to see a couple extra games out of him, he had more Heisman moments, it could have been him. I think he's probably at least, I'd be shocked if he won the Heisman now.
I don't know if
I'd say that. They have a really tough schedule.
That's exactly what I was going to say, which can be good and bad. He's got plenty of moments to have plenty of moments, but also plenty of games if he struggles especially down the stretch. I mean, they got Kent State, then Texas, and the Red River rivalry. Right. And their last 5 games here. Number 4, Ole Miss. Number 15, Tennessee. Number 10, Alabama. Number 19, Missouri. Yeah. And then number 13, LSU, if those rankings hold.
But I don't feel like anyone else has stood out to me so far.
That's why he still has a shot.
Yeah.
I feel like Dante Moore standing out right now, quote unquote, is as much about Oregon's win on Saturday night. And I thought he played really well.
Yeah.
But I thought he kind of played well relative to expectations, maybe.
Right.
He's a month into his first time as a starter. Or I guess he played a little bit at UCLA, but a month into his first time starting at Oregon. You knew that Penn State defense was going to be strong. You knew that game was going to be won with not a lot of points scored, and granted the score got a little higher since it went into double overtime. But
right.
Yeah, I didn't think he blew my doors off with 350 passing yards, 3 scores. It was just they went in there and pulled off the upset, right?
Yeah.
I imagine Penn State was favored there, and he played well.
Yeah. They were slightly favored in that one. But yes, it was a thing where you're right. The fact that it happened just now, he gets that win. And all the eyeballs drawn to that.
Yeah.
And all the notoriety because of the fact that Franklin loses again to a, it's a whiteout. It's a top 10 team. He loses in that one. All that, there's a lot more talking about it and a lot more diving into it, which probably helped his cause. But lots of football left. Coming up next, Jerry DePizzo from OAR joins us. We'll talk to him next. Morning Juice.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE.
Good. Next row.
AM America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes. iCare America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring. mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice here on The Fan, and now pleased to welcome in a guy who's native to Central Ohio, alumnus of Ohio State University, and the saxophonist for OAR. They're going to be in town this weekend doing some great things. A friend of mine, Jerry DePizzo. Jerry, how are we doing so far, sir?
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Tito. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it very much.
Hey, I know you guys are all big football fans, and with the tie to Ohio State, big Buckeye fans. What have we thought about the start of the season thus far?
Well, I thought everybody, it's a Buckeye season. Love it. A little slow start last weekend, but we got W's on the board, and a fall of Buckeye football is a great fall. So I'm very excited for it. Looking forward to what we have this season, and looking forward to this weekend, buddy, with you.
Oh, this is going to be a fun time. You guys are doing some special stuff. Always love getting caught up here with everything going on. And it's going to be busy, but it should be a really good time. I know you guys are doing, we talked before, doing the little the fest circuit this fall. How is the life doing that? I know it's a little back and forth, maybe not as consistent travel, but some of these different events. How is that different than maybe a normal tour for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, OAR has been a perennial touring band for almost 30 years now. This is really the first year that we've had a bunch of gigs and not a tour. So we know next year we're going to be starting to celebrate our 30th anniversary, or 3 decades as OAR. And we have a big summer tour and all kinds of things happening in 2026. But what we wanted to take a little bit of time off and just let the phone ring, basically, and stay home for a bit. But you know what? The phone rang a ton, and we were really busy this year. And we just capped off last weekend. We capped off a lot of our summer touring really at the Ocean's Calling Music Festival in Ocean City, one that we're a partner in as well with our great friend Tim Sweetwood. And it was a huge success. 50,000 people or so a day. Green Day, Noah Kahan, nice. Fall Out Boy, Weezer, all kinds of folks. We did play 3 times for the weekend, 1 OAR show and then 2 OAR and Friends sets, and we had all kinds of folks out there. Johnny Resnick from Goo Goo Dolls, Pat from Train, DJ Cool did Let Me Clear My Throat, if you guys remember that.
Nice, yeah.
Yes.
Some high school stuff. Black Sheep, DJ Jazzy Jeff. My goodness,
wow.
We have so many friends out doing all kinds of stuff, and it was a bunch of fun. So we're looking forward to balling up all that energy and bringing it to Columbus this weekend for our crazy game of hockey weekend. Starting Friday at Kemba Live and capping on Sunday at the Ice House.
So since you dove right in right there with this, we've got a number of events this weekend. The Blue Jackets are having a 25th anniversary concert featuring you guys, Kemba Live Friday night. You and Mark, everybody always says, Lampley, you love playing home games. What's it like getting a chance to be back at Kemba right across from Nationwide there, playing back in Columbus, Ohio?
Columbus always gives us such incredible energy. It really is like a home field advantage for us out playing in Columbus. And, with partners like the Blue Jackets for the show, I came to Columbus in 1997. I remember very well the energy and the excitement of when the Blue Jackets were announced to be coming to Columbus. It's a big deal, still a big deal. And to be a part of celebrating 25 years with them, very grateful for that opportunity. And we're going to do that Friday at Kemba Live. I'm thrilled for that. And then on Sunday, we're going to have at the Ice House, Ohio Health Ice House, attached to Nationwide, we're going to have a charity hockey game with you, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks for helping out. And we're going to gather some great friends of ours from the music world, like the folks from the Driver era, our good friend Corey Wong, and a bunch of other folks, and along with some Blue Jackets alumni, Rick Nash, R.J. Umberger, Jody Shelley, Frederick Modine, all kinds of folks, and we're gonna have a good, fun celebrity game of hockey, and it's going to go to charity, the John and Matthew Goodrow Foundation. So we're thrilled. We love hockey, and we're thrilled to be doing something good for the community as well.
So, Jerry, go back to like 1999, 2000, the early stages of when you're with the band, and I'm curious what you were thinking at that moment, and at what point did you realize this has got some real staying power? Because I'm sure, like, early on, it's like, we're going to do this, we're going to have fun, we're going to see where it goes. But I wonder, like, when you had the epiphany that, you know what, we could be doing this for 25 or 30 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're like, these boys got legs.
Right.
I really think, I met our singer Mark at freshman orientation at Ohio State. So we were friends and we were buddies first and things. And then really two moments. One, they were playing before I was in the band. I was just a friend, and they were playing a house party at the Sammy House here at Ohio State. And they're playing a tune. I was like, oh, that's a cool song. I was like, whose song is that? And they're like, well, that's their song. I thought it was a cover. I thought they were playing somebody else's song. The material I thought was so strong that it had to be somebody else's. And then the other one was once I was with the group for a bit. We went to in 2000. In 2000, we played the Chicago House of Blues, and we sold it out 3 nights in a row. And we were probably, were we juniors in college at the time? Something like that. And so it was the first time that I thought it really translated, like, outside of my comfort zone and what I really knew. So, really at that point, I thought that what I envisioned in my head and what was happening out there in the world were starting to align.
That's truly amazing. You guys doing some great stuff this week, Friday night, the 25th anniversary of the Blue Jackets having a celebratory concert there. And then Sunday, crazy game of hockey going to be at the Ohio Health Ice House right there adjacent to Nationwide. What are the times for all this? How can people get tickets? How can they kind of get involved?
Everybody head on over to bluejackets.com/OAR. You can get all your tickets there and things. Friday, doors are opening at 6 p.m. At Kemba Live. And then on Sunday, right about noon, we're going to open the doors and have a great time at the Ohio Health Ice House playing some hockey.
Final question before we get you out of here, because as a player, people always ask me, the coolest places you've ever played, what's your favorite stadium, outside of Ohio State and those things, whether college or NFL. I mean, going from campus to the Newport, to playing at MSG, Red Rocks, what is the coolest venue or most memorable venue that you've ever got a chance to play in?
Well, that's a great question. It's hard to beat Red Rocks. I always tell folks, like, go see the artist or the band you hate the most at Red Rocks, and you're going to have a great time. And it's built-in atmosphere and things. It's an incredible place. But you know what? I mean, honestly, I remember walking down High Street so well in 1997 and seeing that Newport marquee and having that moment of a someday type of moment.
Yeah.
And to be able to achieve that several times through college and beyond that was very special. Not only to me, but to the rest of the boys too. So, Newport, very much. at the top of that list for me.
We appreciate the time, Jerry. And I don't know who all's playing in the celebrity hockey game. I will tell you this, that Bobby's been spending a lot of time with Jody Shelley and Jared Bowl. And so I don't know how strictly the game's going to be called. And I would just say if you're on the team opposite that Bobby is coaching, first of all, check Bobby for skates. He might be a player coach. And then also make sure the refs are aware there could be some shenanigans going on.
Oh, this is some. We're hiring the refs. I'm not too worried about that. And I'll be across the bench from Bobby, but I'm not putting skates on. Last time I got skates on with the boys, I ended up with stitches. So I'm gonna have some New Balance on.
Jerry, you're the man. Appreciate it, bud. Best of luck this weekend, folks. Go out there and support them. OAR out there. It's a full weekend. Music, hockey, and celebration. Check them out. Thanks for the time, bud.
Appreciate it, guys, and go Bucks. Thanks.
You bet. So you're coaching, Bob?
Yeah, just coaching. Well, I was worried because I want to try to get out to the show. We've got some stuff going on earlier, so I'm going to have to reach out to Jerry, but I think we'll be able to get down there. I always love watching him perform down at Kemba Live. I've gotten a chance to do it a number of times. My brother actually got to go see them when they were at Red Rocks.
Really?
Yeah, he was out in Colorado at the time, and they were going out there, and Jerry's the best and took care of him. And it's a hike. He goes, I didn't realize you get in there, and it's like a mile. It's like a multi-mile and change hike to get all the way back to the amphitheater from where you enter in. And that's like for everybody. There's no VIP party.
VIP, right? Yeah, there's no tram.
There's no tram.
Right,
You can't just drive around the other side and just park right there.
I'm in the A lot.
They might be able to get buses back closer, but that's about it. There's nowhere around it. So he said it was one of the best events and venues he's ever been in. One of the OAR, their live show at Madison Square Garden is amazing. But to hear them and to hear him talk about how the best, I guess it's all about what you know and what you've always dreamed of doing, but walking up and down High Street and then seeing that the Newport marquee and then getting a chance to be on that. I mean, that's probably your first sign that you're on your way. So for him to say that was the most iconic moment for them or their best place, that's awesome.
How do you label their music?
That's a great question. I'm not really sure. I kind of put it in the Dave Matthews genre.
Okay.
Kind of similar stuff. They've had some stuff that's, been
mainstream popular, sure.
Mainstream popular.
Yeah.
They played it during the NCAA tournament. It's been the bump backs in and out. They've got all kinds. I love their first album. I had it on a burnt CD that someone gave me when they were handing them out. We used to play it all the time in high school. I do not have that one still. Someone stole that whole album from me back when people would break into your car and steal binders.
CDs or binders, yes.
Now I leave them in my Jeep and they sit on the...
Right, no one's going to take them.
Sounds like, Dad, you said you got yours.
More. Yeah. Sir, you can use these. I can't. Here you go.
Exactly. You've got a CD player in there. Hey, can I sit down and ride around with you? We'll listen to some together. But it's awesome to kind of see all the success that they've had and just the long run. So they've got new stuff out there. And I'm pumped because I thought they might be playing on Saturday night. They were smart in the scheduling because then they made that Buckeyes game a night game.
Yes.
It's like, I'm not going to be able to go see them. And I'm hoping the timeline that I'm looking at for our football games is holding up. I have to confirm that because that way I'll be able to get down there and be able to be there for the whole thing and be a part of it. But it's benefiting the Johnny Gaudreau Foundation, so that's it's going to be absolutely terrific. Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau Foundation. Yep. So it's a great cause, folks. Get on down there, bluejackets.com. Doors opening at 12:30, puck dropping at 1:30 on Sunday for that. And I'm sure the concert Friday night, probably doors open around 6 or 7, I'm guessing.
Two questions. First of all, we asked about the genre you kind of put them in because he is if you consider it a rock band, whatever, but I know he does some guitar, he does some vocals and things like that, some backing vocals, but his primary thing is saxophonist.
Yes.
And
all those guys can play multiple instruments.
Yeah, right. But there's not many primary saxophonists in rock and roll bands or in indie. It's a unique thing.
Well, it's got a unique sound.
Yes.
It's kind of like Bruce Springsteen, people like that. I mean, you have to. That's why it gives it the unique sound. I mean, they've got John Lampley who plays the trumpet for them. I mean, and plays other things as well.
Yeah.
But he was in the marching band at Ohio State. Mark is their lead singer. He's great. He can play. All those guys can kind of play a bunch of different stuff, and that's why there's stuff like Bruce. It's music. It is more than just a couple of guitars, a bass, and a drum.
Right.
So that's why I've always enjoyed it.
Okay. Next question then, Bob, is what are your duties and how you're preparing to be a coach in this thing?
I'm just gonna
line
show
changes,
up.
shifts.
Yeah,
You're gonna.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly.
Give a Herb Brooks speech.
That's what I was going to say.
That might be more it.
Gentlemen, tonight, the greatest hockey team in the world.
Do you know what
Some throwaway game up in Rochester.
Do you know your roster size and who's on your roster?
Listen, I'm just showing up.
Okay, so that's what
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
If you've got like line changes you're going to have to make.
Both teams played hard, my man.
If it's going to be anything like that for you, Bob, I think you should take this more seriously than you are.
So I love it. When Jerry asked me to be a part of it and help promote it, I was like, man, anything I can do for you. He's such a good dude and they're all the guys of OAR. And what's great, when they start talking about playing, the song at Ohio State, I'm like, one of my favorite songs by him is This Town. And, it's kind of, they're a Columbus band.
Sure.
This is it. They always talk about this is their home field. Like, this is the home game for them. And so I was hoping that would maybe be the song they would play at Ohio Stadium, since the majority of the guys went to Ohio State as well. I think that'd be something that would really hit. They played before the Winter Classic here.
Okay, yeah, the game against Detroit.
Detroit,
yep.
Which unfortunately, what the heck was going on? The Buckeye Cruise or something was going on, so I wasn't able to be here for it. But yes, they're very integrated into the town here. So I feel like they would be something that would be culturally appropriate. And maybe it's a little bit older, but it's a sweet song. And I think it's kind of catchy out of it.
It's interesting, Bob, how, I think Buckeye fans, and I'll count myself in that group, how much we like to follow and root for former Buckeyes that come back and do great things for the community. And there's not many people in that field that we have that do that kind of stuff and that can so that's why I've never met Jerry, but I root for him in OAR because of everything they do and what they like, things like this, events like this. I know 21 Pilots is also from Worthington. And so groups like that, there's not a ton of those kind of ties around us that I can think of. And so, and by the way, on the same token, I've said before, Bob, that growing up as a kid, it was the way football was interpreted, I think, where, the linemen are just some big dumb jocks that are huge and just have big bodies. But, you look at it and once you start talking to former players and even current players, you realize how much goes into being a lineman, how the different calls, all the plays you've got to know and things like that. And musicians.
I think that position group outside of quarterback, maybe even including quarterback, has the highest average Wonderlic score at the combine,
which is amazing. If you look at you're a big dumb jock is what you are. You're 300 pounds and you're just out there because you're the widest body and the tallest guy and you can block. It's not that at all.
Thickest dude.
I look at musicians kind of the same way. It used to be musicians, if they dropped out of school to pursue their music career, it was that guy's an idiot, whatever. But if you look at what musicians do and how much, you mentioned the fact all these guys play different instruments. And how you have to know.
I don't know very many musicians that only play one. That's why people go, "You're a musician." I go, "No, I can play the piano a little bit." Those guys are musicians. They're remarkable what they're able to do.
It's amazing when you think about. I remember picking up a guitar. I think I'd like to play this, and I. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh wait, you mean it actually takes work and practice? Imagine that.
It should be all ear. You
so
don't need to
my
read
daughter,
music.
when I took her ice skating, she's like, "This is really hard. It looks so easy on TV." I'm like, "It's because you're watching people in the Olympics who have done this 80 hours a week for the last 15 years of their life."
Just stay close to the wall in the skating rink and don't let anybody run you over. It's all you got to do. That's all. I
can skate a little bit, not as well.
That's why I'm surprised you're not playing. I really am surprised you're not playing. I'll be honest. Did you have an option to play?
No.
Did he say, do you want to coach or we want you to participate?
I think it's best for me to be where I'm at. They may have had an age restriction on it. I'm getting to an age off where it's.
Oh no, Bob! Don't do that.
I want to see that kid in the net who wouldn't take the
test.
That's
what I'm saying, Bob. That this could have been one of your greatest athletic moments in years.
Being on the same ice, same rink of ice with Rick Nash.
Is Nash playing?
I don't know. Maybe do a face-off with him.
What would he be on your team?
One.
If he's on your team, I would think you'd probably stack it so you'd have Nash.
Have an assist to Rick Nash in a game.
See, Bob, I'm telling you, I think that, honestly, look, I'm not going to try to pump this up more than it is.
Fluff me more than I need to be fluffed.
But I'm just
telling
you.
I do like a good fluffing, though, Tito.
I'm telling the listeners.
I don't discriminate.
It would not surprise me.
Neither does Charlie Sheen.
If Bobby has skates on and plays a little bit. I'm not saying
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Hockey coaches wear skates because they are out there on the ice.
Do hockey coaches wear skates?
Towards a practice, you walk around in
not
shoes.
Not practicing games.
Maybe not in games, but in practice, Torts, I watch him coaching.
Practice, yeah, I'm saying,
these
but
guys
in games,
when they coach,
you're not practicing with this team. You don't even know you don't even know your roster. I'm just saying though, Bob, it would not surprise me.
Ice.
It would not surprise me if at some point, and just like maybe just a celebratory thing.
You guys
Bob
don't want to
steps
work during the
ice.
game.
That's fine.
That's
we'll
fine. I can't wait for you to do that after the charity game. Yeah, I can't wait for Bob to do that after the charity game. The whistle?
Whistle?
Yeah, I think
Craig. I'm going to see if I can find like a brown blazer with some shoulder patches on that bad boy.
Bob, let's go thrifting after the show today. And we're going to find something like that. We're going to find the outfit. In what size are you?
Pick up a little Minnesotan accent.
See, what size are you?
Not looking for the best players, Craig. We're looking for the right ones.
Yeah. I can't wait for Bob to ask them who they play for. The warm-ups. I can't wait to see that.
I'm not sure the answer is there. Well, Rick's Canadian, but Rick is an adopted American. His kids are American. I asked him if they're good enough to be great hockey players. You were born to be hockey players.
I can't wait to see Bobby out
They're
there
playing for Team USA, not Team Canada.
You pull that jersey on.
Trying to motivate Dom Tiberi on the power play line.
You think, so hold on. So you don't think it's appropriate that I play?
I think you should play.
But Dom would be out there.
I think Dom would be out there. I think Dom would.
I mean, recipient of a brand new plastic hip. You fall on that ice, man.
Go out there.
I'm worried about getting hurt. Falling on ice hurts. It is hard. It is unforgiving. Like you fall, it does not give it all. It's fine. I'll pop back up if I can. But you have somebody fall on ice, you might break a hip.
The back of the jersey says Dominator number 10.
What if he plays?
Can he hurt it? Right. He can play next year in the charity thing, right? He doesn't have to play again before then. He's got a year off.
Quit here, Herb.
You worry about your own game.
It's plenty there to
keep you busy.
Coming up next, Austin Ward joins us, Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons.
Food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It's Bobby. It's Coach Bobby. Coach Carpenter. Tito, Bodie. And
now,
now,
now you asking me if I was coaching the Jones 7th grade is even more ridiculous, knowing that one of my other coaching obligations is also for the Blue Jackets OAR, the crazy game of hockey.
I figured you were playing. I honestly, Bob, I'm shocked you're not playing. I thought that you would be out there on the skates and not coaching. I thought you'd be out there mixing it up with people.
I mean, I'm not against it, believe me.
Well, okay. Well, like, can you just put skates on and just so it's an option if you decide to do it?
I mean, I don't think I even have ice skates that fit me. I have to rent some.
Okay. You rent bowling shoes, rent skates.
I actually have my own pair of bowling shoes. I rarely bring them, but I do rent them. Is it weird if you go raw dog in the bowling shoe, like you wear sandals, flip-flops, and
then just go straight in there with no sock?
Yeah.
I think that you have a better chance of not getting diseases if you do that. And that's a really off. No, like I hate saying, hey, you might have a better chance of not getting diseases. By the way, here's this guy.
Speaking of
a guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Rimmer's middle half brought up, don't step on the logo in the locker room. That's famous because I did that when the first time I was in the Blue Jackets locker room. I got reprimanded because like 3 different times I said, don't step on the logo, and I kept doing it.
Okay, that's terrible.
Well, it's not terrible.
They told you 3 times.
I didn't do it after the 3rd time, Bob. Austin Ward joins us, as he does every week at this time. Austin, tell me what your main takeaway was from the Washington game on Saturday.
That Ohio State's defense is as legit as we thought it was, and it is the best defense in the country, and it might have a ceiling that is even higher than the one that won the national championship a year ago. So that sounds like a lot. There's a long way to go. We'll see if they can sustain this over 8 more games in the regular season, and then whatever comes beyond that for the Buckeyes. But if we spent 2 weeks talking about Washington's skill talent, Damon Williams, and they can run the football with Jonah Coleman, and they're going to throw it out there with Denzel Boston, and this is going to show if Ohio State is as good as everyone believes they were, because Texas and Arch Manning, well, they're not what everybody's cracked them up to be. This Washington team, it's going to be an upset alert, and Ohio State's going to have to fly across the country and show that defense can travel. Well, guess what? It absolutely did. They gave up 2 field goals. They've given up 22 total points this year and just 2 touchdowns in 4 games. To go across, as I said, the country, deal with the travel, the body clocks, and a very talented Washington team, which I think these Huskies are going to win a lot of games moving forward. They're well coached. They have some decent athletes on both sides of the football, but they were simply no match for Ohio State, and that comes down to a really dominant defensive front, a performance that it was disciplined, and it was dynamic, and it was destructive. You still had Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles flying around a linebacker, and this secondary, I think, we just assumed that the BIA reputation would carry over from year to year, and that might not be giving enough credit to the guys who've had to step in and replace Lathan Ransom and Jordan Hancock and Denzel Burke. So you take your hat off as well to those guys, because it just feels like there's a chance that the full potential of this group is, as I said, even higher than it was a year ago.
Yeah, pretty awesome stuff. And let me ask you this, Austin, because I think everybody's had this idea in their minds of, hey, there's Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. Those are the 2 best players on the defense, and everyone else is kind of just also rans. If you had to rank your top 5 guys on the defense, how would we rank those players?
I guess I would still say that Caleb Downs is the best defensive player in America. And yes, sure, Saturday was another reminder. There were people like on the Washington side that was like, this guy only had 2 tackles. And there's been a lot of games where if you just look at the box score, like, oh, I mean, Caleb Downs isn't doing anything special. And then you actually watch the game, and it's like the way that Matt Patricia uses him now, or Jim Knowles used him on the way to the championship a year ago. It's like it just shows up in all these unexpected places and makes things so much more difficult for opposing quarterbacks and makes things so much easier for his teammates. And his play down there in the red zone, it's another one that you just kind of chalk up. It's like, oh, well, it's Caleb Downs. Of course he made that tackle. The open field tackle, I think, everybody would just expect, Damon Williams, especially in other parts of this game, it's like, well, 99.9% of the time, if I go do this against another team or another athlete, it's going to be a touchdown. And that was not the case against Caleb Downs down there in the red zone. Wasn't the case when he tried to run away from Marvell Reese. And that, I think, gave him pause for the rest of the game. It was a almost instant realization for Washington that they were in for a different challenge than what they'd seen before.
These guys are built diff?
They're built diff, Bob. I think that's
That is so
the way
whiz.
that they say it over there in the Woody, and it has been validated. But I wasn't going to put Arvell 2. I was still going to put Sonny at number 2 because he's not going to finish above Arvell Reese in the Buckeyes Award voting, or he may not get as many All-America honors as he potentially deserves. But I want to keep him in that spot because he is that straw that stirs the drink. He holds everything together, not just as a blocko, but captain with communication for the defense on the field. And he's been really, really good and overshadowed, I think, because some of the things that Arvell is doing is a little bit new and certainly very exciting. He has been number 3 if we're gonna power rank these, which I don't love the concept of it, Bob.
Yeah, because we got to tell you that somebody's worse than someone else. So what are we doing with the Big Ten Player of the Week?
Yeah, and it's all 11 working together, right? I mean, that's how the Silver Bullets operate. Caden Curry has, again,
Maybe
I don't
fourth,
like it.
fifth,
He would be
sixth.
fourth,
Who knows?
Fourth, and Caden McDonald would be fifth because, although, now that I've done it this way, I immediately regret it because, Caden McDonald, there's not a replacement for him on this team. He's both playing at a super high level, and knock on wood, if they had to have him on the sideline for any stretch of time, he would be the most difficult player, I think, to replace maybe on this entire Ohio State roster. So I'm really mad that you made me do this. But there's also, leaving off Kenyatta Jackson and Davison Igbinosin and Jermaine Matthews and Jalen McClain and Lorenzo Styles feels wrong to me. There are too many stars on the Silver Bullets right now, and that's a pretty good problem for Matt Patricia to have.
Austin, just so you know, Bodie already tweeted out on the Fan and the Morning Juice account about how Austin Ward has thrown shade at so many players for Ohio State's defense. A little surprising. An interesting take by you to do that after teams give up 22 points in 4 games to throw shade. Anyway, he is one half
It's
of
been fun on my last Wednesday morning with you guys.
He is one half of Austin and Berm, the daily podcast, The Beat with Austin and Berm. Don't do it, Bobby. Now available on 10 TV Plus app. And really, Beat with Austin Berm, streaming on your schedule. Download it. Go anywhere your podcast. Go check that out. So I want you to get into Ryan Day's head for a moment, if you would, Austin. And it should be a rather methodical win for Ohio State against Minnesota this weekend. Although no one on the coaching staff would say that, it should be. What do you think Ryan Day wants to see or learn about this team against Minnesota?
That's a great question. I think when you look at Ryan Day's comments on Tuesday in the areas where Ohio State could, clearly improve, and he'll say, because I've heard this, I heard it yesterday, and I've heard it probably every Tuesday that I've covered Ryan Day, is that the issues are always there, win or lose, great day, good day, bad day. You have to find them, then you have to improve and enhance them. And this team, that is true. The run game can certainly be improved. The red zone efficiency can still be improved. That's probably where he would start first and foremost. I don't know that I'd ever heard him say publicly that the actual goal for red zone success rate for Ohio State is 75% touchdowns, because when you look at it, we have a tendency to, every time there's one failure, and God forbid if there's 2, where you come up with empty points down there, you can't have those possessions where you get nothing. And Ohio State's had 3 of them in the first 4 games. And some of that can be, explained that Ohio State right now is going to be more aggressive in those situations because it can rely on its defense. But that doesn't mean that you can accept when you come up short. But they're looking for touchdowns on 75% of those drives. Right now, they are 2 drives short of that. They're at 85% success for points. They've kicked field goals on 4 of those drives that are down there. So you're still going to win a lot of games at that level that Ohio State is producing at right now. But I think just looking at the first drive of the game and how that 4th down and that red zone situation came up short compared to the last one of the game where they don't just put a million tight ends out there and try and run it directly into the line of scrimmage. They on the 4th quarter play that puts the game away for sure. A little play action, you slip C.J. Donaldson out into the flat, you get an easy touchdown, easy throw and catch for score. And I think that maybe, hopefully, that's a reminder for Ryan Day and Brian Hartline and that entire Ohio State staff that they don't have to just simply telegraph what they're doing and then hope that they execute every play perfectly and physically at the line of scrimmage. It'd be great if that was the scenario that played itself out, but I think in a lot of ways Ohio State is doing its opponent's favors if it is not dipping into the full playbook in those situations and taking advantage everywhere else on the field. And I know that it shrinks vertically, but Ohio State's speed horizontally is going to be too much for most teams to account for. Certainly that would be the case for Minnesota. So I think, Tito, that conversation right now is continuing to improve in the red zone, and I think that this week especially, on Tuesday, I think they had their special teams morning meeting at 7 a.m., and they are giving up too much yardage there. The hidden yardage, they lost a fumble on a punt return on Saturday. We've been having this conversation for years, it feels like, that Ohio State is not fully maximized on special teams, and did it cost them against Washington? Only in terms of margin of victory. Is it going to cost them against Minnesota? Unlikely. But in the biggest games that you're going to play, the talent-equated games, you can't be letting Penn State or Michigan start at the 50. You can't. We saw what it can happen if you miss 2 field goals, the way that Ohio State did against Michigan last year. I think this continues to be the part of the game where there's the most room for Ohio State to improve, and I'm getting kind of tired and frustrated of saying that that's the case because it's been going on for so long.
I get you 100% on that, Austin. Is there one place where there's any concern with you playing this Minnesota squad that just took Rutgers right down to the wire?
Not really. This week feels, Bob, more like a return to that
improvement
normalcy
week.
Where not quite to that level. It's still a Big Ten opponent. It's still homecoming. I think it's still going to be pretty juicy in that stadium. You got that night opportunity. There's homecoming events all weekend, so I think they're going to want to put their best foot forward. But I don't know that Minnesota. It was relatively easy, I think, to find where the challenge was against Washington. And I think that's less clear with Minnesota. They've done some things that are out of character for what you think about the Gophers traditionally. They're throwing it a little bit more at a higher rate than they have in the past. But I don't really look at anything that Minnesota's offensive talent can do as posing a legitimate threat for the Silver Bullets, not the way that they're built. I think, as we mentioned, when it comes to the red zone and tying in, is Bo Jackson just the primary running back for this team, or was that a product of getting a hotter hand on Saturday at Washington, finishing 17 carries, more attempts than C.J. Donaldson and James Peoples combined? Are they still looking for some creativity and variety with the run schemes? I'd say probably so. Maybe that's somewhere that you look at Minnesota being like a decent enough look. I don't want to. It sounds like, and I guess, I'm dismissing Minnesota's chances of winning and truly competing in this game, which is why the spread is, what it is, with 3 touchdowns out there on the board. But I don't think that this is the same sort of opportunity that Washington presented on Saturday, outside of the fact that Ohio State can actually say this week is about us, and really the only game in a 6-week span that they're playing in the Horseshoe. It's pretty crazy how this schedule has lined up. So you want to make the most of that, and you want to bring in recruits, and you want to make sure that the fans have a good time. And I tend to think they will.
We'll get you out on this one here, Austin. Phil says that in the chat that you probably put your daughter to sleep in 3 minutes with bedtime stories. He's very calming in the morning, LOL. So I guess you've got a very calming voice. She might be a white Morgan Freeman. But I'm curious, with homecoming week upon us here now, were you or your wife in the homecoming court in high school?
I don't know if Allie was. I've actually never asked that.
Feels like that'd be on the application, but go ahead.
Yeah. That just gives us a great date night topic to bring up if we ever get one of those again, Tito. And I don't really remember. I don't think so, because a lot of times when Bob obviously played a lot more football than I did, and during the fall golf season where we were at Kelly Walsh, we were always on the road during the homecoming football game because our tournaments were all around the state of Wyoming. It's difficult to go play a tournament in where were we? Rock Springs, Wyoming, and then get back to Casper for homecoming. So I don't recall ever being part of any of those festivities or even going to a homecoming football game when I was in high school.
I remember, Austin, there's so many different movies and pictures of people on social media of like the homecoming queen being escorted out by a player in a football uniform at halftime. I can't believe it has the same effect as you with, like, say, your 7-iron walking out there. And by 7-iron, I mean your golf club out there and trying to, with escorting the homecoming queen, just so you know.
Yeah, no, I think that was probably by design by the rest of the student body as well. We don't need to involve this guy. He won't be there, and it wouldn't look right anyway. But yeah, I did participate in a lot of the other things that were voted on by the student body. I was class president. And
now we're humble. That's fine. That's a humble brag there. I don't want to ask about class presidency, but that's okay.
Oh.
No, that's fine. Do that if you want to. Put your varsity jacket on.
I mean, those guys
are
kind of like the kings of the school, aren't they? Is that not how that works?
The kings, yes, you're right.
Super cool.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of really strong political stances there. His 7-iron is longer than yours, that's for sure. He is Austin Ward.
Free lunch.
Thanks for the time, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk next week.
See you guys.
All right, coming up next, we'll close things out with telling you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Regenerative treatments for joint pain are creating lots of excitement in the orthopedic community. QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Ray Tessner recalls a recent conversation with one of the country's most acclaimed orthopedic doctors.
He said, when you and I are young, the arthroscope was a quantum leap in treating orthopedic problems. I think regenerative medicine is the new arthroscope.
Surgery is no longer the go-to solution for chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back. QC Kinetics is leading the next quantum leap. All-natural regenerative treatments that provide relief and mobility.
I think one of the tenets of being a good physician is the old saying of do no harm. That's what I enjoy about this form of treatment is there's very little chance that we're going to cause harm, and that's refreshing to me to be able to eliminate the dangers that can come sometimes with surgeries.
Book your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Leadership is the thing that turns good teams into great teams. And it's not just having someone who's vocal in the locker room. It's about that person being able to back it up on the field. It's the same with business. Some of the best companies are born from great leaders who aren't afraid of getting their hands dirty. Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, know a thing or two about that.
Thanks, Bobby. There's no substitute for doing the right thing, and often the hard thing in business. Managing the books, cash flow, and sales tracking are important, but not as important as developing a team.
Spot on, Chuck. All the great leaders you and I have had the opportunity to watch aren't afraid to jump in the field and get things done. That's the mentality we want around here, and that's what we strive for every day. We can all agree that greatness comes from work, leaders lead by example, and those two things will never change.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well.
I must break you.
This is Morning Juice.
Final segment of the program. Thanks for tuning in. All the juicers in the chat. Yeah, we love you. It's a lot of fun. Thankfully, no one tried to get me fired today by putting out inappropriate things they wanted me to repeat. Big chickens. I'm still not going to say your name. Whatever. But Bobby, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Show sheet says Wednesday, September 31st. Bob, sounds like you go first.
September 31st?
Yep. Sounds like you go. That's what the show sheet says. I did the show sheet.
Goodness. Well, I enjoyed my first night of the weekend last night, Tuesday. Came home, looking around. We watched Wheel of Fortune. Haven't watched Wheel of Fortune in a while. Felt like I was 80. I told my son, I go, notice how they put the letters up there on the screen. That's because people that probably watch this are a fairly older demo. And so now if you don't hear the letter, instead of saying, hey, what was that? Oh, yeah. It's boom, it's right there for you. You can just watch it. And it was awesome. We watched a lady win $1 million yesterday. Like Ryan Seacrest was crying. Vanna White looked like legitimately excited. It was awesome. She was an ace. Unbelievable. Really good. But I was excited because I was like, you know what? I don't have any football to watch. And my wife really despises baseball to watch on TV. To the point where I'll be like, it's a big game. She's like, is it game 7? I'm like, well, they got to win this to get to a game 7. That doesn't matter to her.
3. Yeah, right.
She doesn't care.
Game 7. Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Everybody can pick up on that lingo.
That's all she cares about. Game 7 and probably like 7th inning or beyond, Bodie. I mean, don't give me the warm ups. I don't need
the pitch clock. Yeah,
is
she aware?
I don't know if she is.
The pace.
But her dad is a Reds fan, and a lot of his friends are Reds fans down there in Southern Ohio, and they're asking about Daryl. You know, we watched the Reds game with Daryl. I'm like, buddy, it starts at 9. Don't think you're going to be watching any of that because Dad's not going to be watching any of that. We did finish up a little show yesterday that we were watching. It's about the star of the series, Chosen, who's playing Jesus. It's called Jonathan and Jesus, and it's him like going around the world, like in between the filmings of it. And the responses that people give to him as if like, it's like, I'm just, he's like, I'm playing a character. This isn't actually me. And like people are like, will you bless me? It's like, I don't know if I'm really qualified to do that. But it's been interesting, like his life as an actor, he's, I want to say late 30s, early 40s. And before he landed this role, he actually videoed it. He goes, it was 3 years ago. Because I had $20 in my pocket, or no, I was, $20 in my pocket. I was $100 overdrawn on my account, so I was negative 80. That was all the money that I had, and I had enough food for that night. And he goes, I was expecting some checks and different things. He talks about, he's like, I prayed this and, some other things. And he goes, literally that day, there's 4 checks delivered. He's like 50, and he videos him opening all of these. $200, there's a $50 check, and then there's one for like $800. And then he goes, a couple weeks later, I get another check for $1,400. And he goes, because I was able to go. And then he's like, 3 months after that, I get called for the role for The Chosen, and this thing takes off. And now my life is where it is. And, there's been a lot of things that I've got a chance to see in life, and I've always been, a believer that there's a lot of things that happen for reasons, and human development, where it happens in the wilderness, not on the top of mountains. So it was awesome to see that. I'm going to probably have my kids watch that episode as well, just because there was a lot of life lessons in it. Excited to get back to some football tomorrow night. Don't know what I'm going to watch tonight. There's Probably a little bit of baseball on. I'll give it a glance, Armstrong. Nothing too strong there. Flipped over. I watched some of the Guards earlier.
Watch the Yankees get eliminated, Bob.
So we were watching the Red Sox and Yankees. We had that up last night.
It was a great game, yeah.
And my son goes,
especially at the end.
Those teams, they're good, right? I'm like, well, they are two of the highest spenders every year. They've won a number of World Series. A lot of Hall of Famers have played for both of them. So, yeah, you could say that they're both good and pretty prominent franchises with what they've been able to accomplish. So we had that. And then tonight, also, we've got the 7th grade crosstown rivalry game. Always enjoy playing these. I'm not coaching on them, just watching. But our guy Schleggs, his son is playing, and he is a volunteer coach for Hastings. So we're going to get practice early for our 5th and 6th grade team and then go over and support the 7th graders after that. So excited to lock in and get a chance to watch that here this evening as well. Bodie, what got Schleggs juiced?
I got this coffee machine. It's a Breville. It's a barista touch screen, and you can grind up them like a fine grind or whatever, or a coarse grind, but it's got like all these little things. They got flat whites, cappuccinos. I just always hit the Americano because I'm just trying to keep it sexy, so it's just water and a double shot. I probably make 2 or 3 of those a day.
Only 2 or 3?
It's healthy.
I asked Schleggs one time. I mean, his caffeine intake is like...
I'm guessing it's pretty high.
Probably between 600 and 1,000 milligrams a day.
Yeah, not bad. What has me juiced? Speaking of finishing up shows, Bob, I finished up yesterday the second part of Charlie Sheen.
How wild.
That man's lived a life and then some. I really
when he goes to
enjoyed
slash his house, he's like...
Yeah. There was one friend...
the drug dealer?
Yes, where he's like...
Man, Charlie,
I'd stop partying. I'd go back. He just kept going. He never stopped.
I sleep for a week, man. I come back. He's still partying.
He never stopped. I liked how they basically got him off of drugs by just giving him a little bit less crack.
Yes. He goes so he can break down his crack and like
each time we just put it a little bit
less.
Like,
why am I smoking this junk anymore?
Finally, he's like, this is just a waste of time.
How about when he talked about the first time he ever smoked crack?
Which time? I'm trying to think when exactly.
That was when he picked up the lady, and then she may have been some fellatio.
Were they
involved.
in the bathroom? At the bathroom time?
I don't know.
I thought it was
his
when
house?
I think it was when they went into the bathroom and they were doing it. He's like, well, if it's here.
Oh no, that's when his wife at the time, she's like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it like this.
That's right. Okay,
yes.
Yeah. There was so much in there that it's honestly hard to sort through it all. Also enjoyed I think it was his last wife. Where she's like, yeah, everybody we partied with is dead. Like, yes. Oh, God. Also enjoyed at the end where they were like, so he was talking. He's like, crack, it's a pretty sexual drug. And, you flip over that side of the menu. He's like, I'll have one of each. I was like, oh, my God, man. So, yeah, honestly kind of sad, though, a little bit, too, just because not that he's innocent in the whole thing, but definitely some of the people around him during some of the later years of Two and a Half Men
him a
clearly
bit.
did not. And God bless his one friend, Tony, the black guy.
Oh,
Tony
he's awesome.
Just a good dude, man. Good job just being a good friend, hanging in there with him through everything that Charlie Sheen has been through in his life. I mean, they've been friends since they were kids, so we all need a friend like that. That's what's got me juiced on this Coaster Day Bob, Tito. Yeah, Coaster Bob Day, Tito. What's got you juiced?
Coaster Day Bob. Bob, you know how old Putin is? I know Shark does. Do you know?
Putin?
Yeah.
Putin?
I say Putin.
I'm guessing he's like 76.
He's 72.
Okay.
Good guess.
Little Italy brought up in the chat that he plays hockey. He owns, coaches, and plays a team. Had like 18 goals and 10 assists in one game.
He's what's his name? He's Will Ferrell out of
Out of semi-pro?
Yes.
I'm just saying. He's 72 out there mixing it up. You're 41?
I'd like to see video of him. I don't think they're probably allowed to do anything around it. Seems like a real Kim Jong-un situation who said he shot like an 18 on a golf course one time.
You don't think it'd be the same for you on that? You don't think you've got that? No, I'm saying like...
There's professional hockey players.
In a celebrity hockey game in Central Ohio, you're Bobby F. Carpenter. Don't you think
Middle
they would...
name's Joseph.
Trust me, the F I can't say on the air. But you're Bobby F. Carpenter. You don't think there'd be some Jordan rules out there on the ice?
Oh, maybe for Rick Nash.
Oh, I think you would get the same respect.
Dan Atkinson.
I think you get it would be like, don't hit Bobby. Don't
mind
engage.
if they hit me. Like, that's fine. I can handle getting hit. Just my skating
I want
ability.
you to hit me.
Yeah, my
Stand there like the Joker. Hit me. Come on, hit me.
My skating ability is okay. It's better than probably the average person in Columbus, Ohio. I would say that it is.
Okay.
Relative to those guys, though, I mean, come on.
You've got.
I'm like the Blade Runner racing as Daniel Tosh on the sand.
You've got Nash out there. I can't believe there's a lot of other former Jack. I think it's going to be the celebrity thing. Like what? Like, is Torg going to be out there? Like guys like that. And I would think you'd be fine against others. I told you, Tiberi, number 10, Dominator.
Dom is in his 60s.
Exactly. Putin's in his 70s.
He also grew up playing hockey, and people die around him.
Okay.
Or just disappear.
Well, it's got me juice. Let's see. Today we've got the Reds and Guardians both trying to stay alive. I'm much more optimistic about the
You got to
Guards
pump to the beat of staying alive.
than I am the Reds. Yes. At first I was afraid. I was petrified.
Basically how you live right now, Kevin. No arms, no legs.
Exactly, right. It's not much of a life. That's fantastic. Anyway, thank you to the Juicers. Thank you to Jerry for joining us from OAR. Thanks to Austin Ward for all this fun. What?
Folks, go out there this weekend and support him. Friday night, Kemba Live, but Sunday at the Ice House.
Go watch Bobby
Crazy
coach.
game of hockey. The Johnny and Matthew Goudreau Foundation. Go support him, man.
It's a great cause, but Bobby's just going to coach.
If you ever want to see what it was like to watch Herb Brooks,
I'm telling you, if Bob
go
doesn't
check
do
out
some of
Coach
that,
Carp.
it will be a disappointment. I really need you to
We'll
do
get
that.
those 40-second line changes going at the end. Preserve the victory.
Let's get Jen out there with the camera for some content for us out here.
Maybe on the ice.
Get her on the ice, shooting video from the ice of you in the bench, on the bench there, making your plays. Will you dress up, or will you just like casual?
I think you wear it. I'm going to wear that blazer.
Okay, I hope you wear the blazer. I hope you wear like a button-down shirt, maybe a tie even. I hope you do all of that, Bob. I don't think you will, but all of that with skates, you're talking about like your cover of GQ at that point.
Wearing the jacket with skates on would feel really weird.
But it would feel weird, but it also
Look
feels
awesome.
so right. It would feel right though too,
That
Bob.
would feel about as weird as if like I walked out to coach a celebrity softball game in the uniform.
Here's the other thing.
Wow.
I think you should dip into
managers do that now in
That's
Major League
that's
Baseball.
the point.
dip into your own pocket and get some gold medals made that you can give out to the team if you guys win. And if you don't win, just throw them on the ice after that and say, you know what, that's for the other team. You guys don't deserve this.
Get out of here.
All right, Bobby. Have a great day, folks. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, You can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports edition.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination.
Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Time to finish strong, baby. Hour 3 of the Daily Tip on the BetMGM Network. Good morning. It is a Wednesday. Coming up in our final 60 minutes, we will set the stage. Day 2 of the Major League Baseball playoffs. After yesterday's action, which was really great all day long, we get to do it all over.